Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. And they'll begin by running the option. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
And he stopped immediately there. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win. That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Henry out of the pistol. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. Jackson. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. A first down carry for Henry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a handoff to Henry. And able to work his way down to the 16. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? They go play action now. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This from 25 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. They go play action with Hurts. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
This one out quickly to Watkins. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 5. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, Hurts. Flush to his right. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Second and 8. Running left, it's Henry. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on third down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys with great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Brings up 2nd and 2. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's going to have a Ravens first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? From the gun, it's Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a first down.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 9. He got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here. They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
On the return, Devin Duvernay. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. And the busy night for Henry continues. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Running from the gun with Henry. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. 1st down and more. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Henry. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Now, first down run with Henry that time as he maneuvers forward for about 4 yards.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. That's out quickly to Bateman. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, it's Henry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from the defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
It's caught. Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll run it again with Henry. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on third down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll run on first down. It's Henry, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Henry. 137 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got Smith here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Hurts gets this to Sanders, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From the gun, it's Hurts. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hurts. Dancing to his left. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Throwing is Hurts. Forced out to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 147 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And he'll work his way forward up to the 22. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
22 brings up 2nd and 8.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jackson. Looking deep downfield. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, the return is Scott. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, there's no points again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances. I feel like we're going to see more and more of this continue to flow into the NFL game, and that is the quarterback run game. Not successful here going for two, but it's not something that people shy away from totally anymore either.
In particular, do you think more so around the goal line?
I think so. Anytime it's short yardage, anytime you can go ahead and keep the ball in the hands of the quarterback who's athletic, you go ahead and do that rather than risk a handoff or a pitch.
They just couldn't get it done there, though. 2-point try fails. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They go play action with Hurts.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Jeffrey Simmons able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him.